The year 2025 is right around the corner, and I want to ask you a simple question: what will you create this year? What masterpiece will define the next stage of your life? You see, every single one of us has the potential to create something extraordinary. Whether it's building a business, writing a book, launching a product, or sculpting your life into its most exceptional form, you have the power to make 2025 your breakthrough year. But here's the truth: masterpieces aren't created by accident. They are the result of intention, discipline, vision, and action. Today, I'm going to walk you through the process of creating your masterpiece in 2025. The power of vision. Everything begins with vision. Before a painter ever picks up a brush, they have a picture in their mind of what they want to create. The same is true for you. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, the first step is to define your vision. Take a moment right now to close your eyes and imagine what you want your life to look like by the end of the year. Is it a thriving business? A deeply fulfilling relationship? A healthier, more energized version of yourself? Get clear on this vision, because the clearer your vision, the easier it will be to take the necessary steps to achieve it. I remember working with a client, let's call him James. He was stuck in a corporate job that drained his passion, but he had a dream of starting his own consultancy business. He felt trapped because the vision seemed too far away. So we started small by breaking down his dream into daily, weekly, and monthly steps. Slowly but surely his vision came to life, and today, James runs a highly successful business built from the ground up, because he never lost sight of his vision, the importance of self-discipline. Now, having a vision is only the beginning. Without discipline, that vision will remain just a dream. Self-discipline is the foundation of all great achievements. It's the ability to do what you should do when you should do it, whether you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. When we talk about creating a masterpiece in 2025, we're talking about showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when the results aren't immediate. Most people give up because they aren't seeing results fast enough. But here's the secret: the results compound over time. The small, consistent efforts you make every single day may not seem like much in the moment, but over time, they build into something extraordinary. Let me tell you about a friend of mine, Sarah. She had a passion for writing, but life always seemed to get in the way. She was busy, distracted, always waiting for the perfect time. One day, she committed to writing just 1 page a day, no matter what. Some days she wrote 2 pages. Some days she struggled to write even 1, but she showed up. By the end of the year, she had written her first book. 1 page a day turned into a 300-page masterpiece. Focus. Focus. We live in an age of distractions. The constant pull of social media, emails, notifications, it's never been easier to get sidetracked. But here's what I want you to remember: the most successful people in the world have mastered the art of focus. Focus is the ability to cut out everything that is irrelevant and concentrate on the things that will move you closer to your goal. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, you're going to have to protect your focus like it's a valuable resource, because it is. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. Then, eliminate them. Whether it's blocking time to focus, turning off notifications, or setting boundaries, you need to create an environment that supports deep work. One of my clients, a CEO named Mark, was struggling to balance the demands of his growing company with his personal life. He found himself jumping from task to task, constantly interrupted. We worked on creating structured focus time, and within just a few months, he was able to accomplish more in less time, while also improving the quality of his work. His masterpiece wasn't just a thriving business, it was a balanced life. Mastering your time. Time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can't get back. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, you have to master your time. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So how do you manage it effectively? First, prioritize. Not everything on your to-do list is urgent or important. The 80/20 rule states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your activities. Focus on the tasks that bring the highest return. Second, eliminate time-wasting activities. Whether it's mindless scrolling, unnecessary meetings, or tasks that don't move the needle, be ruthless with your time. Successful people are not just busy, they're productive. I once coached a woman named Laura who was always overwhelmed with her workload. We did a time audit and discovered she was spending over 10 hours a week on tasks that didn't align with her goals. Once she focused on the 20% that mattered, she freed up time and her productivity skyrocketed. Taking consistent action. Vision without action is just a dream. Action is where the magic happens. But here's the key: it's not about taking massive leaps. It's about taking consistent, small steps every day. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. That's why consistency is so powerful. By taking small, deliberate actions every day, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish over time. I worked with a young man, Ethan, who wanted to lose weight and get healthy. He tried every fad diet, every workout plan, but nothing worked because he was trying to do too much at once. We shifted his focus to small, sustainable actions: drinking more water, walking 30 minutes a day, eating a little healthier each week. By the end of the year, he had lost 50 pounds. It wasn't a sprint, it was a marathon. Or overcoming setbacks. No masterpiece is created without challenges. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and failures along the way. But here's the key difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Successful people don't quit when they hit a wall. They find a way around it. Setbacks are part of the journey. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and come back stronger. When things get tough, remember why you started. Keep your vision at the forefront of your mind, and remind yourself that every great achievement is built on the foundation of perseverance. I remember a time early in my career when I was launching my first business. Nothing seemed to go right. I made mistake after mistake, lost money, and felt like giving up. But I pushed through, learning from every failure, and eventually that business became a success. If I had quit, I would have never seen the results. Creating a masterpiece in 2025 isn't going to be easy. It will require vision, discipline, focus, time mastery, consistent action, and resilience. But I can tell you this, it will be worth it. When you look back at the end of 2025 and see what you've accomplished, the growth mindset. If there's one thing that separates those who create masterpieces from those who give up, it's the mindset they bring to challenges. The growth mindset is about believing that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. People with a fixed mindset see obstacles as limitations. They say, I can't do this because I've never done it before, or I'm just not good at it. But people with a growth mindset see these challenges as opportunities to grow. They ask, how can I learn this, or how can I improve this? Shift in perspective is what drives success. I once worked with a young woman named Jessica who wanted to become a public speaker but had crippling stage fright. She believed she simply wasn't good at public speaking, but we worked on cultivating a growth mindset. And she started to see her nervousness not as a limitation, but as a skill she could improve. After months of practice and feedback, Jessica is now a sought-after speaker who presents to thousands of people around the world. The power of mentorship. No masterpiece is created in isolation. Every great creator, innovator, and leader has had mentors along the way. Mentors provide guidance, feedback, and encouragement. They've been where you want to go, and they know the path to success. If you're serious about creating a masterpiece in 2025, seek out mentors who can help you grow faster, avoid common pitfalls, and push you toward your potential. The best way to find success is to learn from those who have already achieved what you aspire to. Early in my career, I had a mentor who changed the course of my life. I was struggling to find my footing in business, making mistake after mistake. But this mentor had decades of experience, and he helped me see things differently. He didn't just tell me what to do. He showed me how to think strategically, how to plan, and how to overcome my own limitations. Without him, I wouldn't be standing here today. The power of habits. As your habits will define whether or not you succeed. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, as Aristotle said, is not an act but a habit. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, the key lies in your daily habits. What does your routine look like? Are you spending time each day on the activities that will bring you closer to your goals? Or are you falling into patterns of distraction and procrastination? By building powerful habits, you can automate success. It becomes second nature. I had a client named David who wanted to create a best-selling app. He was passionate and motivated, but he lacked the structure to make progress. So we built a daily routine around his goals, setting aside specific hours for coding, research, and learning. These habits became automatic. And within a year, his app was one of the top downloads in its category. His masterpiece was a result of consistent daily habits. The role of creativity. Creativity is the spark that turns a good idea into something truly remarkable. To create your masterpiece in 2025, you must tap into your creative potential. Creativity isn't just about art or design, it's about finding innovative solutions, thinking outside the box, and approaching challenges with a fresh perspective. Every breakthrough idea, every successful innovation starts with creativity. To cultivate creativity, you need to create space for time away from distractions, time to think deeply, and time to play with new ideas. I remember working with an entrepreneur who was stuck in a rut with his business. He was so focused on the numbers and daily operations that he lost sight of the bigger picture. We worked on making time for creative thinking, getting away from the office, brainstorming new strategies, and exploring different industries for inspiration. It wasn't long before he had a breakthrough idea that doubled his business's revenue. Sometimes, your masterpiece needs a spark of creativity to come to life. The strength of accountability. One of the most powerful tools for creating your masterpiece is accountability. When you hold yourself accountable, or even better, when others hold you accountable, you're far more likely to follow through on your commitments. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility. It's easy to let yourself off the hook when no one is watching, but when you promise someone else that you'll take action, you're more likely to stay the course. I once worked with a team of entrepreneurs who were launching a new startup. Each person had their own set of responsibilities, but they struggled with follow-through. We implemented a system of weekly check-ins where each member had to report on their progress and challenges. Almost immediately, the group's productivity skyrocketed. Knowing that their peers were counting on them made all the difference. They didn't just build a company, they built a masterpiece of teamwork and collaboration. The importance of reflection. A masterpiece is never built in one go. It's shaped, revised, and refined over time. That's why reflection is such a critical part of the process. By taking time to reflect on your progress, your challenges, and your growth, you gain valuable insights that help you improve and course correct. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I accomplish today? What did I learn? What could I have done better? Reflection is how you turn experience into wisdom. I once coached a business owner who was stuck in a cycle of making the same mistakes over and over again. We implemented a simple daily reflection practice. He started taking 10 minutes at the end of each day to review his wins, his setbacks, and what he learned. Within months, he had made significant improvements both in his business and in his personal life. Reflection became his secret weapon for success. Building momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. Once you start building it, success comes faster and easier. But momentum doesn't happen overnight. It starts with consistent, small actions that compound over time. The more progress you make, the more energy and motivation you have to keep going. In 2025, focus on building momentum early. Take small steps every day, and over time, those small actions will create unstoppable force. Your masterpiece will take shape faster than you ever imagined. One of my clients, Jason, was trying to grow his online business, but he felt overwhelmed by how far he had to go. We broke his big goal into smaller, manageable milestones and focused on building momentum. Each small win gave him the energy to tackle the next challenge. By the end of the year, his business had grown exponentially. He didn't just build a business, he built a masterpiece of momentum. The role of persistence. Persistence is the iron quality of success. If you keep going when others quit, you will eventually outlast your obstacles. The greatest masterpieces were not created overnight. They were crafted over years, sometimes decades, through sheer perseverance. Think about it, how many people give up right before they achieve greatness. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, persistence must be your constant companion. Keep going, especially when you don't feel like it. And you'll find yourself standing at the finish line while others are still waiting for the perfect conditions to start. There was a young artist I knew who struggled to sell his work. He faced rejection after rejection. But instead of quitting, he doubled down on his efforts, continually improving and pushing his boundaries. After years of hard work and persistence, one of his paintings was discovered by a major gallery. Today, his work is sold worldwide, and it all happened because he refused to give up. Strategic thinking. Success doesn't come from just working hard, it comes from working smart. To create your masterpiece in 2025, you need to think strategically about your actions. Every decision you make, every move you take, should align with your ultimate vision. Strategy is about understanding not just what you want to achieve, but how to get there in the most effective way. Take time to step back and evaluate your progress regularly. Are you moving in the right direction? Are your efforts yielding the results you want? If not, it may be time to adjust your strategy. Sometimes, a small tweak in your approach can make all the difference. I once worked with a business owner who was putting in long hours but not seeing the growth he wanted. We analyzed his operations and realized he was focusing on low-impact tasks. Once we shifted his focus to high-leverage activities like marketing and client acquisition, his business took off. Masterpiece wasn't just built by hard work, but by working smarter. Emotional intelligence. Creating a masterpiece doesn't just require intelligence and skill, it requires emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your emotions, as well as those of others. It's about navigating challenges with grace, handling setbacks without losing your cool, and building strong relationships that help you along the way. In 2025, you'll face moments of frustration, disappointment, and maybe even anger. But how you respond to those emotions will determine your ability to keep moving forward. Master your emotions and you'll master your destiny. I once mentored a young executive who was brilliant but struggled with emotional control. He would lose his temper during stressful situations, damaging his relationships with his team. We worked on developing his emotional intelligence, learning to stay calm under pressure and communicate more effectively. As a result, his leadership improved dramatically, and his team began performing at a higher level. His masterpiece wasn't just his career, it was the relationships he built along the way. The impact of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see opportunities where others see challenges. Gratitude keeps you grounded, and it helps you appreciate the journey as much as the destination. As you build your masterpiece in 2025, don't forget to pause and appreciate the progress you've made. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Gratitude will keep you motivated, focused, and resilient, even when the road gets tough. One of my clients, Claire, was an ambitious entrepreneur who constantly pushed herself to achieve more. But she was never satisfied. No matter how much success she achieved, it never felt like enough. We introduced a daily gratitude practice, and within a few months, she found herself more content, more motivated, and ultimately more successful. Her masterpiece wasn't just her business, it was her ability to find joy in the process. The law of accumulation. The law of accumulation states that everything in life adds up. Every action you take, every decision you make, contributes to the person you become and the results you achieve. It's the accumulation of small actions over time that leads to big results. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, focus on the small things. Don't wait for the perfect moment to take a giant leap. Instead, make steady, consistent progress every day. Over time, these small efforts will accumulate, and the results will be extraordinary. I once coached an athlete who wanted to run a marathon but had never run more than a few miles. Instead of focusing on the daunting goal of 26.2 miles, we broke it down into small, daily runs. He not only completed the marathon but finished with a personal best time. His masterpiece was built 1 mile at a time. About collaboration and teamwork. No great masterpiece is created alone. Whether you're building a business, launching a product, or improving your life, you'll need the help and support of others. Collaboration and teamwork are essential to achieving extraordinary results. Identify the people who can support you on your journey. Surround yourself with individuals who share your vision, and together, you can achieve far more than you ever could alone. I once worked with a startup that was struggling to gain traction. The founder was trying to do everything himself: marketing, product development, customer service. But when he started to delegate and bring in talented team members, the business took off. By collaborating with others, he turned his struggling startup into a thriving company. His masterpiece wasn't just his product, it was the team that brought it to life. And a long-term vision. Creating a masterpiece isn't just about the immediate future. It's about thinking long-term. Where do you want to be, not just at the end of 2025, but in 5, 10, or 20 years? Your masterpiece should be part of a larger vision for your life. When you set long-term goals, you give yourself a sense of direction and purpose. Every action you take in 2025 should be aligned with this bigger picture. Don't just focus on short-term gains, think about how today's efforts will impact your future. I remember coaching a CEO who was focused solely on quarterly profits. While this brought short-term success, it led to long-term instability. We worked on developing a long-term vision for his company, focusing on sustainable growth and creating value for the future. As a result, his company not only thrived in the short term, but also became an industry leader over the next decade. His masterpiece wasn't just about profits, it was about building something that would last. With these additional sections, your video would now be approximately 80 minutes long, filled with practical advice, real-world stories, and motivational insights that will inspire viewers to create their own masterpiece in 2025 and beyond. The power of belief. Belief is the foundation of every masterpiece. If you don't believe in your ability to create something extraordinary, you won't even begin. Your belief system shapes your reality. When you truly believe that you can achieve your goals, your mind finds ways to make it happen. In 2025, you must cultivate unshakable belief in yourself and your vision. Even when the path seems difficult, belief will give you the strength to persevere. Remember, your masterpiece starts in your mind long before it exists in reality. I once worked with an entrepreneur who had a brilliant idea but lacked belief in himself. He doubted whether he could succeed, and this self-doubt held him back. We worked on shifting his mindset, building belief through small wins and affirmations. Once he believed in his potential, his business took off, and he'd built an empire. His masterpiece wasn't just the business, it was his newfound belief in himself, overcoming fear. Fear is the enemy of greatness. It keeps people from taking risks, from pursuing their dreams, and from stepping into their full potential. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, you have to learn how to overcome fear. Fear will show up in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But the truth is, most fear is just an illusion. The key is to take action in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's taking action even when you're afraid. I once mentored a young artist who was afraid to show her work to the world. She feared criticism and rejection. But we worked on building her confidence, and she gradually started sharing her art. Over time, she gained a loyal following. And today her work is celebrated globally. Her masterpiece wasn't just her art, it was her decision to overcome fear and share her gift with the world. The value of time. Time is your most valuable resource. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. Every day, every hour, every minute counts toward the creation of your masterpiece. In 2025, you must master the use of your time. Successful people don't just work harder, they work smarter. They prioritize high-value tasks that move them closer to their goals. The question is, are you spending your time on what truly matters, or are you wasting it on distractions? One of my clients, Stephen, was constantly busy but never seemed to make progress toward his goals. We analyzed how he spent his time and realized that he was focusing on low-impact activities. After restructuring his schedule to focus on high-priority tasks, he saw a dramatic improvement in his productivity and success. His masterpiece wasn't just his work, it was his ability to master time. Finding your purpose. Purpose is the driving force behind every masterpiece. Without a clear purpose, it's easy to lose motivation, get distracted, or give up when things get tough. Your purpose is the reason why you're doing what you're doing. It's what keeps you going when challenges arise. In 2025, before you start building your masterpiece, take time to define your purpose. Why are you pursuing this goal? What impact do you want to have on the world? When you have a strong why, the how becomes easier. I worked with a businessman who was successful but deeply unfulfilled. He was chasing money without a sense of purpose. We took time to explore what truly mattered to him, and he discovered that his passion was helping others succeed. He shifted his focus to mentoring and giving back. And as a result, he found joy and meaning in his work. His masterpiece wasn't just his business, it was the lives he touched along the way. The art of focus. Focus is one of the most important skills you can develop. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions: social media, emails, notifications. If you want to create a masterpiece in 2025, you must learn to focus deeply on what matters. Distraction is the enemy of progress. When you focus, you bring all your mental energy to bear on a single task, and the quality of your work improves exponentially. Train yourself to block out distractions and commit to deep, focused work. I had a client named Sarah who struggled with focus. She would start a task but constantly get pulled away by her phone or emails. We worked on building focus through time blocking and eliminating distractions. Within months, she was able to produce work at a much higher level, and her career took off. Her masterpiece wasn't just her work, it was her ability to master focus. Setting stretch goals. If you want to create something extraordinary, you must set extraordinary goals. Stretch goals push you beyond your comfort zone and challenge you to grow in ways you never imagined. In 2025, don't settle for mediocrity. Set goals that excite and scare you at the same time. When you aim high, you push yourself to new levels of creativity, discipline, and innovation. Your masterpiece will not come from playing it safe. It will come from daring to dream big. I once worked with a team that was struggling to hit their sales targets. Their goals were modest, and as a result, their efforts were half-hearted. We decided to set an ambitious stretch goal, double their current target. At first, they thought it was impossible. But as they committed to the challenge, their creativity and resourcefulness soared. By the end of the year, they had not only hit the stretch goal, but exceeded it. Their masterpiece wasn't just their sales, it was their newfound belief in what they could achieve. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it is a key ingredient in creating a masterpiece. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, but how you respond to those challenges will determine your success. In 2025, you will face obstacles every great creator does. But resilience will allow you to keep moving forward, learning from failures rather than being defeated by them. It's not about avoiding setbacks, it's about using them as stepping stones to greatness. I once worked with a business owner who faced a major financial crisis. His business was on the verge of collapse. But instead of giving up, he doubled down, learned from his mistakes, and pivoted his strategy. Within a year, his business was not only saved but thriving. His masterpiece wasn't just the business, it was his resilience in the face of adversity. Developing expertise. Masterpieces are built on expertise. If you want to create something extraordinary in 2025, you need to develop a deep mastery of your craft. Expertise is not built overnight, it's built through thousands of hours of practice, learning, and refinement. In a world where mediocrity is common, expertise is rare and highly valued. Commit to becoming the best at what you do, and your masterpiece will reflect that level of dedication and skill. I once worked with a chef who dreamed of opening a Michelin star restaurant. He was talented, but he knew that talent alone wouldn't get him there. So he dedicated himself to learning from the best, practicing relentlessly, and refining his craft. After years of hard work, his restaurant was awarded a Michelin star. His masterpiece wasn't just the food, it was the expertise he developed over time. Celebrating milestones. Creating a masterpiece is a long and challenging journey, but it's important to celebrate the milestones along the way. Every small win is a step closer to your ultimate goal. Celebrating these moments keeps you motivated and reminds you of how far you've come. In 2025, don't wait until the very end to celebrate. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and use that momentum to keep pushing forward. Your masterpiece is not just the end result, it's the journey you take to get there. I once worked with a team that was working on a massive project. The end goal seemed so far away, and morale was starting to dip. We decided to break the project into smaller milestones and celebrate each achievement. As a result, the team stayed motivated and energized throughout the process, and they delivered an outstanding final product. Their masterpiece wasn't just the project, it was the culture of celebration and progress they built along the way.